When most people hear the name Bruce Lee, they picture high kicks, rapid punches, and the flowing philosophy of Jeet Kune Do. But very few realize that a huge part of Bruce's fighting foundation was rooted in Western boxing. In fact, his fascination with boxing started long before he became a global martial arts icon. During his teenage years in Hong Kong, Bruce wasn't just practicing Wing Chun under Ip Man, he was also watching, studying, and experimenting with the mechanics of boxing. He was intrigued by its directness, its emphasis on footwork, and the precision of its punches. While many martial artists at the time looked down on boxing as a simple sport, Bruce saw something deeper, a science of timing, rhythm, and efficiency that could blend perfectly with martial arts. He didn't want to just copy boxing moves, he wanted to extract its most powerful principles and adapt them to street fighting, where there are no rules, no gloves, and no referees. Why Bruce Lee studied boxing like a scientist? Bruce Lee wasn't interested in tradition for tradition's sake. He believed that every fighting style, whether it came from the East or West, had something valuable to offer. To him, boxing was an incredibly efficient method of delivering damage while conserving energy. He studied film of legendary fighters like Muhammad Ali, Jack Dempsey, and Sugar Ray Robinson. He slowed down footage, analyzing their weight distribution, how they shifted balance mid-combination, and how they used angles to avoid incoming attacks. Bruce would shadowbox while mimicking these movements, sometimes practicing a single slip or jab for hours. This was not about imitation, it was about absorption. He famously said, "Absorb what is useful, discard what is not, add what is uniquely your own." For Bruce, boxing wasn't just a sport, it was a combat science that could be modified for self-defense. The slip, Bruce Lee's evasive mastery. One of Bruce Lee's deadliest boxing-inspired secrets was his slipping ability. In boxing, slipping is the art of moving your head just enough to avoid a punch, wasting no energy and staying in position to counter. Bruce took this concept to another level. Instead of moving his head wildly or ducking too low, he learned to make micro-adjustments at the last second, so his opponent's strike would pass just millimeters away from his face. This gave him two advantages. First, he didn't waste energy. Second, he stayed close enough to launch a devastating counter immediately. Many eyewitnesses said that sparring with Bruce was terrifying because his head movement made him nearly impossible to hit, and if you missed, you'd get punished instantly. His ability to slip wasn't just physical, it was psychological. He could read an opponent's body language so well that he often knew where the punch was going before it even left their fist. The lead jab, Bruce's intercepting weapon. If there was one boxing technique Bruce Lee absolutely mastered, it was the jab, but no.